Hi guys, yes, this is the Talent Spotlight podcast with me, yours live in the UK, wherever you guys are. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend. We are heading towards a 7 p.m. in the UK. So lots to talk about, lots to discuss, and the main thing we need to address is we are adding lots of stuff coming up on the Talent Spotlight podcast. As you can see below, if you want to sponsor the podcast, information will come at the end of the podcast. Below, you can also get in touch with me if you want to sponsor the podcast. The information is down below. And your chats will be read. So enter your chats on. They will be read here live on the Talent Spotlight podcast. Streaming live on YouTube on the Female Talent channel. Streaming live on Facebook and streaming live on the Twitter handler for the Talent Spotlight podcast. And so I am working on a new show which I called Spiritual Talks. Now, the show is regarding spirituality presented by Roxana. Now, that's in the works. The first look, I did show a promo of it, working on the trailer. That would be, the promo would be, showcased later on in this episode again. I'm working on the trailer. Hopefully, the trailer will be done very soon. It will be finished, and then you will be able to view the trailer, and it will be showcased here live. We're hoping to go live with the show on the Talent Spotlight channel and on Roxana channel very, very soon. It's going to be, we're hoping it's going to be an amazing show, and it's going to have a lot of positive stuff. We all know how difficult it's been in the last over 1.5 year with everything with the COVID-19 situation and everything else. So everything has been very, very difficult. This is something which is going to help in that respect, and give people more positivity. And positivity is something which nobody can say they don't. So that's the main thing. Also working on a show which is untitled, but the tentative title is Women in Focus. And the main thing about the show is, which will be presented by me and Anu Verma, it's about women issues, different issues of women. And these issues are progression of women in sports, fitness episode. We'll have experts there. There'll be marital issues, having a right to choose your partner in the Asian community, especially for the women, for the girls, whether, there are a lot of obstacles in choosing your partner. So we will be addressing that. We will try to bring experts who will be addressing that issue. Like I said, they will be talking a lot about women's sports, different sports, and how that progression has happened, and trying to bring guests on board regarding that, and obviously try to bring other people, women in different areas on board, and that's what each episode would be about, what it's all about. And I think my phone's ringing a second, but that's it. Always does that. So that's the main thing. But here, thank God that stopped at the right time. Dear me. It always rings at the wrong time, unfortunately. But there you go. So that's the main thing. What is going to be discussed is about that. Now there are other things, lots of stuff which we are going to discuss. There will be a segment which will be added on celebrity about by talented women, news about women in music, sports, women's sports results, Lots of stuff like that. The top 3 news about women in the week that will be discussed either on a Friday or Saturday, depending on if I have a live interview or not. If I have a live interview with a special guest on the Talent Spotlight podcast, which will obviously be showcased on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, then that would be then it would be on that episode, but obviously it'll be on another additional episode on that week, as it will continue to be there on there. I'm working on obviously expanding the YouTube channel, getting into more people. So that's in a work in progress with a YouTube expert. So hopefully, YouTube channel is going to get bigger and better and head in the right direction towards that on there. So that's a work in progress at the moment, but we're hoping it will bring more people on board, and it will have exciting stuff happening. So let's kick off with the top 3 female news on there. But before we do, this is some information about the upcoming interviews I have lined up with some special guests in the field of writing and other areas. So on next Saturday, the 16th of October, live at 3 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. UK time with Brandy Alexander. That will be live at 9 p.m. Saturday, the 16th of October. Friday, the 22nd of October, 6 p.m. UK time, interview with Anita Tosh. And Friday, the November the 19th, 9 p.m. UK time, interview with Katie Shona Cass. So these are the 3 which are have been booked in the last couple of days. A couple or more. One is Bhumika, who is a dance instructor, classical, speaking to her and hopefully going to get her on board as well. So there's that. And also there will be another. I'm speaking to someone else as well to get her on board regarding that. So there's lots of stuff happening there regarding the Talent Spotlight podcast. And so there's that. Now with one of the interviews who I've got lined up, she is an expert. She's a doctor. She knows about obviously the COVID-19 situation. So I'll be speaking to her about that and bring her on board very soon regarding that. And stay tuned for information on that interview. It's going to be a really good one, like most of them have been. Now, let's head on with the top 3 news. But first of all, here is the Spiritual Talks promo of the upcoming show with Roxana. So there was that. That's just a promo. The trailer is in the works. Hopefully, I'll get that done very soon. Hopefully this. So there is that, and also there's stuff like there's lots of stuff happening on there. So let's head off with the top 3 news of the female news of the week. So the first news which we have, when I can bring this up, when I can eventually bring it up, then I will tell you. So the first news which we have is about Scott Booth. Now, Scott Booth is a Birmingham WSL boss. He says female coaches must keep women safe. So that's the first news which we have. So this is an article on courtesy of bbc.co.uk, and about women's football. So male coaches in women's sport have a responsibility to create an environment that is safe and that athletes deal with no fear whatsoever, says Birmingham City manager Scott Booth. Booth is one of the 7 male bosses in England's 12-team Women's Super League. In the US, the National Women's Soccer League was suspended following sexual misconduct allegations. You have to constantly bear in mind that you are a man in women's football, Booth said. There's certain things which are just unacceptable. It's crucial that you create an environment as a male in a women's football that is safe and feels safe for women to come to work without the worry that anything like that may happen or be imposed upon them. For me, it's about making sure it's in an environment the players want to come into and they have no fear whatsoever. Englishman Paul Riley was last week sacked by National Women's Soccer League NWSL side North Carolina Courage after sexual misconduct allegations were made against him. He has denied the allegations. Rivals NWSL side Portland Thorns, where Riley previously worked, said they regret the role in a systematic failure across women's professional soccer. Arsenal boss Jonas Edival said it's instrumental the players feel listened to under the NWSL allegation should be an eye-opener not only in the US but globally. I would assume that it isn't unique in the structure, he said. Hopefully, if there are problems or there have been, that they get investigated and the players get justice. Manchester City manager Gareth Taylor said dealing with player welfare concerns need to be the front. It's about making sure we get the relevant support to these players and we eradicate it from the game as much as we need to. Manchester United manager Mark Skinner, who previously worked in the NWSL as Orlando Pride boss, said players have every right to stand up and want to be protected. We should not put our players in positions where they feel vulnerable or feel they're not supported in any way. I think the players standing up for what they believe is right and for getting the justice they deserve. Hope that they continue to grow in women's football and in sport in general. Skinner said safeguarding training in the sport remains important and that the men need to delve into what is to spot a woman in women's sport with your safeguarding training, and you don't lock yourself in a room on your own. You're always visible and you don't improperly touch players in terms of any contact. That's not welcome. I like to say it's common sense, but I know it's not, he added. So that's the first news which I thought would be important, courtesy of BBC. Now that news is very important. Obviously, women need to be safe and whatever sport they're playing, and they need to be protected. We all know women have progressed really, really well in sport, whether it's been football, now in cricket, rugby. You name it, they are doing really, really well for themselves, and we need to move steps forward rather than moving a step back in this area. So that's a very crucial intent, and it's something which everyone needs to follow regarding that, and creating that environment where women are feeling safe is essential in sport and in everyday area, to be honest. The other news which we have is Christy Milan rejected this Rihanna super hit song. Now, Christy Milan, we all know, is a very famous singer of her own. Now, this is courtesy of cheatsheet.com, an article on them, by them. Now, basically, what happened was It was a super hit song sung by Rihanna. Now, one man's trust is another man's treasure. Rings true for music celebrities. Artists have rejected countless songs that have become chart toppers. For instance, Christy Milan passed over a hit the Rihanna team picked up. The song spent 3 weeks atop 2006 Billboard's Hot 100, arguably one of the singer's biggest singles. So born on September 26, 1981, Milan did not begin her career as a singer. She was a Disney child star who appeared as a couple of TV shows before outgrowing the roles. The Jersey City native then launched a singing career after appearing on Ja Rule's second studio album. Her vocals can clearly be heard on his 2001 song Between Me and You. And her capabilities as a songwriter were evident when she wrote Play for Jennifer Lopez on the same song. You can hear her extensive backing vocals behind J-Lo's. After the feature, she released her hit single AM to PM, sparking international interest in a singer-songwriter. Her first self-titled full-length album debuted in 2001. Unfortunately, it did not achieve any critical or commercial. The singer Diplo introduced her as a heavy hitter in music industry and saw her career upward trajectory. Her biggest hit to date, it reached #1 on World Composite Dance. In addition, it topped the UK's Billboard Hot 100, attraction attention from Germany, Switzerland, and Ireland. After that success, she worked on 2 additional studio albums, including one produced with Jay-Z and L.A. Reid Help. Neither were received favorably in the domestic international markets. Stateside, none of the songs made it to the top of any playlist. Critics cite moderate success, with PM performance being #1 on US charts, #4 on UK charts, and #45 on Australian charts for some songs on both albums. Insider reported that Milan rejected SOS, which later went to Rihanna. When SOS was being flaunted about, Milan was working on a third full album, So Amazing. The song was offered to her with the possibility of being included on that album, but she rejected the song, said it did not gel with the album overall feel, so it went to Rihanna's team, which wasted no time bringing the star in to record it. And as you know, SOS became a commercial success. It not only topped the Billboard Hot 100, but it also peaked at #1 on the US Hot Dance Club Songs chart. What's more, the hit received platinum certification from the Recording Industry Association of America. Besides getting great coverage in the States, it also became a commercial success in Europe and Australia. It's important to note that Milan rejected the song despite not having a hit since 2004 when she released Deep Law. In hindsight, the song could have prevented her subsequent drop from Def Jam Records, though her termination was reported due to impending budget cuts. Executive were rumored to have extremely displeased with the two album performance. So basically, yes, so Milan, so basically, I first thought she rejected a song which the artist had sung, but obviously, basically, it was picked up by Rihanna afterwards. She had rejected initially Christina Milan, and then obviously it was picked up by Rihanna afterwards, and then and obviously the rest is history. And then we all know how big Rihanna's song came about. Now, the other top news which we have is as follows. Priyanka Chopra Jonas says she loves travel bus. Now, this is courtesy of FemaleFirst.co.uk article. The White Tiger actress took a ride on a tour bus for the first time when she accompanied her husband and his band, the Jonas Brothers, on tour. And although she thought she'd hate it first, sleeping on the road is now her favorite place to rest, and because she felt rocked to sleep by the movement of the bus. She told the inaugural episode of the new Victoria Secret podcast, VS Voices podcast, I do love a tour bus. I'm used to being in trailers that don't move. Right, as an actor, you're not supposed to sleep in a trailer, eat in a trailer. Like, I only know that you do that on a road trip, not when you're working and have to wake up and do your job. But my husband was convincing, and we did it in Europe, and I was like, this is amazing. Speaking about, and Priyanka is soca singer, shared most of the songs are pretty much just love letters, which when I articulate the way I feel with my words with no music, I go to the studio. And I'm grateful to have that because it makes me happy, and that's most important. Nick Tony also revealed that they developed a strong friendship before they started dating. Yet they were very lucky we knew each other before started dating properly. And I think the foundation as friends always helps in relationships that have invoked in an organic way. It's been a wild first couple of years of marriage, and I'm very blessed to have a life partner that I can rely on, and vice versa, hopefully. So that was the top three female news of the week. I will bring some more top three latest news next week, probably on Saturday, or if not, it would be an episode on Friday. Saturday, I have a live interview episode on Saturday with this a special edition episode, which I will have a majority of the weeks. And also then, obviously, I've got the live interview on Saturday, so don't forget to tune in for that. That will be streaming live, like I said, on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So there's that. I hope everyone is having a fabulous, fabulous weekend, even though we are ending the Saturday in the UK. We're in the evening, and the weather's not bad for October. The weather's not too bad. So I'm hoping everyone is having a fab time, and if and obviously staying safe and keeping your family, your loved ones, your friends, which is very, very important. So that. Like I said, we are working on two shows as we speak, and as well as lots of interviews lined up for the Talent Spotlight podcast, and you'll be seeing a revamp of the YouTube channel, making it bigger, better, and lots of interesting interviews and and more people lined up as well. Stay tuned. Have a fantastic Saturday. And as I'm wrapping this up, more information about how to advertise is below, but also some information is on the outro as well. That will be coming after this. After I say all the best, and then that would be coming up in a second. Have a great weekend. This is Raju from the Talent Spotlight podcast on a Saturday, 9th of October. Stay safe. Have a fantastic Saturday. Enjoy it, whatever you're doing. And if you are chilling or going out and about, I hope you're having a great weekend lined up. And also the weekend goes just too quick, man. Seriously, that's what I was about to say. It goes way too quick on there. So this podcast can be found, like it says below, on Podbean, on Spotify. These are the audio versions. Them on there, Google Podcasts, and loads wherever podcasting can be found. And the video version is available on podbean.com. It's available obviously live on the YouTube, the Female Talent channel. And if you've seen it, or you can catch it on the Twitter handle and Facebook page as well. So have a fantastic day, and I'll leave you with information on how you can, and see you guys very soon.